What's up, everybody? Welcome to Live from Hot Wheels Room. Today I've picked out a few cars. I've got a couple fantasy cars and then a couple different package variations of just cars that I think are cool. And they're old cars. People haven't seen them in a long time. If you're new to collecting, you may not even know they exist. So I'm going to show them to you now, and maybe you can hunt them down and add them to your collection if you like them. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to check them out. The car is the Flintstones Flintmobile, which was recently re-released. Not nearly as cool as this. This is the OG Flintstones Flintmobile. And you can still find these. They're fairly reasonable. You won't break the bank to get a hold of one of them, but this is what it looked like. They were on unpunched cards. And the wheels actually changed color. They did look brown and then they kind of turned into this purple color, but over the years they've all kind of faded to become purple. So they just kind of live in that purple state. But still way cooler than the current one, which has the new one I don't even think has like the roller. It has like the little wheels. This is just much cooler. So that's the first pick of kind of a cool car to add to your collection if you like stuff like that. Alright, next up we're going to look at Speed Demons. We're going to look at the Turboa, which is, let me see if I can zoom this back just a hair, which is kind of a boa constrictor. Actually, it looks more like a cobra because it has that flared neck, but it's called Turboa. Anyway, this was the card that they would originally have been on, and this car was also released in the 90s in the same paint scheme on just a blue card, and you've got it here on the Speed Demons card, which was kind of a cool card. But they also released the same car with the same demon guy on it on this is a much cooler card, and I don't know why they didn't just stick with this, because if you're going to add one to your collection, in my opinion, this is the card to get. It's just looks a lot cooler on display. Back of the package. Back of this package. This one shows the barcode number is exactly the same, 02061 02061. So that's my second pick for just something cool to find and add to your collection. Next up, we're going to look at the Troop Convoy Action Command. So we had this card for Action Command, which is kind of cool. I like the dark blue fading into the almost black at the top, and then the logo looks like it's glowing. Has the tank on there, and they all say Action Command, and there was many different models released under this Action Command. It has a list of them all on the back of all the different collector numbers for 89. But then you've also got this guy. This is the alternate package for the exact same vehicle, which is, again, much cooler. So if you're looking for Action Command cars, I look for them on these packages just because they're much cooler. On the back, they have the Action Command Military Stow and Go set. Gosh, I'm shaky today. Which is kind of cool. I don't actually have that one in my collection. I've got a few of them, but not that guy. But if you're going to look for them, much cooler package. And then we're going to look at the last one is another Same thing, another Action Command. This one's got a really yellowed card, but this is Big Bertha on that cool card art. But you also had it just in the mainline in the collector number series. Same tank, same paint job, just a different package for it. And it wasn't even part of the Action Command set, it was just part of the main lines. And then the last thing that I've got for everybody to check out is a set that, in my opinion, if you're a collector, you should have this entire set, because it's one of the coolest sets, in my opinion, that Hot Wheels ever put out. And that is the Real Rider set. So we'll start with this guy. The dump truck. The Peterbilt dump truck. And this came with the rubber tires, right, as a mainline collector number 317. It might actually be better if I pull it right out of its protected pack so you can get a better look at it. And then the next one, it's a 4-car set. It was a series. Next one we have is the Unimog. Very cool. And I think this was the last time that anything with Real Riders came out in the main line for the same price as the regular Hot Wheels. These were $1 a piece. 98 cents, I believe, is what these were when they hit the pegs at my local store. You got the Corvette Stingray. And this is the old casting. Nope, that is the newer casting. There's an old one that has the triangles hanging off of the back. It would have been the Flying Colors series. So the rear bumper has those triangles. And original, they did put out the Flying series in the 30th anniversary. But it is this body. It doesn't have the correct pieces on it. So that's pretty cool. This is collector number 321. Actually, lay it down. And the last one, pull it out, is the pink Cadillac. I always thought this car was kind of strange because it was so long and skinny, but it is a very cool casting. And this is collector number 320. And that is a very cool set to add to your collection. That won't break the bank, but is a really just nice looking, displays nice, looks nice. And people hit me up for it. They want it. Everybody that is a collector that's seen it hanging in my room has always tried to get me to let it go. And I always say no. So those have been with me for years. They're going to stay right there. And I actually would like to get another set of those just so I could open them up and have a set that's loose and a set to display. Anyway, they're going to go right back up on the wall where they live, which is right there in that empty slot next to the Pink Panther car. So, alright, well, that's the end of this video. Oh yeah, I just hit Walmart, got the Legends Tour shirt. It's the end of this video, so hope you enjoyed it, and happy hunting. Till next time, peace.